And so, you join us in the peaceful, calm serenity of the early morning for some KSP. Good morning. Ugh, stupid window mode. Yeah, I can't stand playing in window mode because I have a tendency, my mouse has a tendency to go a little haywire. So, here is what is going to happen. Okay. I was asked by a friend at work if I was going to start building space planes again now that I have my station up. And I was like, you know, I might. I was considering it. And then I came to this conclusion. I said, if I have the Sabre engine, then I'll build the space plane. If I don't have the Sabre engine, which it doesn't look like I do, then what I'll do is I'll build a rocket, go to the moon, and try and collect enough science to get the Sabre engine. Where is the Sabre though? So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go here, right? If I don't already have it unlocked. It does not look like I do. Those are the solar panels that I want, by the way. So that's probably going to be the next thing on my list of stuff to get. Yeah, it's looking like... Yeah. So most likely it's going to be after this tree here. Because of course all this stuff is rocket stuff. This is all rocket science. You know? So, alright. We are going to need to go here and build a rocket. But first, before we do anything else, I need a probe body. Oh, no, wait. No, before I do that, I need to do something slightly more important, which is hire more people. Why? Because at this point, I'm going to have these three guys probably off doing stuff, and I need somebody here to kind of hold down the fort. So let's see. We have a scientist, an engineer, and a couple pilots. And considering that what I'm wanting to do greatly involves a lot of potential death, I think scientist. So we'll get you. And we'll probably hire him for the space plane stuff too. Excuse me. Alright. Alright. And I like that they gave them all job descriptions, you know? Alright. So, Dercy. Okay. Are you gonna let me build on that? Or are you gonna throw his fit? Okay, so you're gonna build on it. So I need to go to science, and I need the lab. Right? But I'm not actually gonna slap the lab down now. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put down... See, here's the question that I had. Right? That's only 300 units. That's 720. So in essence, that's twice as much as this one. And I'm going to need 2 of them. So that should be enough. I was thinking about using 2 of those, but that's how big that thing is. And I really don't want this thing looking like that big, you know. Oh, come on. have docking ports attached to everything. Because it has to dock, you see. Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you? Alright, and then lab, and then fuel tank. So basically that's what the lab's going to look like. Right? Which is really, really big, and I was hoping it would be shorter than that. See, that's why I was planning on using these, but that's 360, and that's 360, and I know 2 of those is not enough. I can guarantee you 2 of those is not going to be enough. So basically, those 2 equal 1 of those, and that's 14, so... Alright. So what I need now is... we'll need some form of electrical charge. You guys think 3 or 4? Or 6? Or 8? 8. You're right, 8. I've really got to try out some more of this stuff here. Okay, so basically this is what it's going to look like. Minus the RCS tanks, which are... no, here. That's right, I'll have the round bubbly ones. That's okay. Yeah, this thing is going to have a lot of RCS because I go through a lot of that stuff. And that's all weird and crooked, isn't it? It is. So I have this thing about stuff lining up properly. It's not really OCD, but it's kind of like OCD, just, you know, not as bad. I could live with it. But why live with it when I can change it? So you see, that's why it's not OCD. Okay. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not going to put any science on this thing, is because this is actually not going to be going anywhere. This is actually going to stay in orbit. This is just going to stay up in orbit. Alright, speaking of which, crew, have an available seat. So, Bob and the new boy. Okay. Now, if you're wondering why I have them in there, as well as having that pro body attached, it's because there's no controls in this thing. So, solar panels, that's right. Thank you for reminding me about that, guys. Appreciate that. So I should be able to line this up like that. That should work. Yeah, okay. Now once I get my better solar panels, the ones that extend out, this won't be as big of a deal. Because A, they produce a lot more electricity, and B, they're getting them lined up is not really necessary because they're going to rotate. So, but for right now, that's fine. And it's should have enough electrical charge to deal with the dark side of the moon. And that is not a Pink Floyd reference. So, there. And I need another probe body. There. massive fuel tank. And another massive fuel tank. And then tiny fuel tank. Followed by... Well, there's only really one option here, isn't there, people? Nope, come on. Oh wait, not yet. Wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. Now we're gonna need... Oh no, we're gonna need these first. There is structural. I got so used to having that thing on the top that it's just kind of throwing me off a little bit. We are going to need RCS. To help this thing maneuver. And then RCS ports. I'm getting better at remembering this stuff. Mildly better, but better. Yeah, 8. Yeah. That's right. I'm doing 8. Go here. Okay. So you have symmetry turned on, but you're not attaching to... That's weird. See, those two should be linked up via symmetry, so yeah. So I don't know why this other one was jacking up like that. There you are. There. That was weird. Oh, yeah. And then I have to have the damn symmetry on, because if I don't, this thing's gonna collide. So let me see. I need to go engines, separators. And then I need to rotate. Nope. Yeah, there we go. So that goes there, that's gonna go down there. Thank you. And now we're gonna go here and do Alt. And do like that. And everything worked exactly the way I wanted it to. Fantastic. And kind of scary. Because the last time everything went very, very well, was when I was putting the station in orbit. And then I had to redo my computer, and it crashed. Oh, speaking of which, you're going to notice that my station is back up. That is because I cheated. Yes, I know I'm not supposed to be cheating, but you know what? I'm also not supposed to have to worry about my computer crashing and losing my saved game file, so... Nah. I need the fuel lines now for this. Yeah, basically I just gave myself all the science I needed to put my station back up and to get all the parts back so I could rebuild my station is basically what I did. Ooh, I like that. I like that they're translucent now. That's first. by these two, I mean these four. So that's those, and those. Oh, thank you, Debs. That has made life so much simpler. Alright. Now, we really should strut that, because if I don't, it's going to cause a bit of a problem. There we go. And that's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in orbit, get this attached up to the station, and when that's attached up to the station, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to build a rocket. So this is going to be fairly long, and I'm probably going to cut this into segments. Wow, $173,000, which actually is not a lot, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be for this thing. You know? Now I could add these onto it. Right, but yeah, you know what? You guys will want to see that. Right, now with these, obviously these dock it up to the state, to the pad and all that stuff, but you have to make sure they're down here with your engines, because sometimes it'll either add them into a different slot or put them like way up here or something like that. It's really, really annoying. So let's go. And since I'm only putting the last station up, I'm not worried about saving it. Like, this is not like the constructor, where I'm going to be sending that one thing up multiple times. T. Throttle all the way up. And what do you guys think? Countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now the good news is, if I have my staging set up wrong when those separatrons fire, this should force it off with enough, it should push it away with enough force that those engines will still, like, not slam into me. 22,000 units of fuel. Yep. Oh. Some of you may also notice that my stuff looks a little bit tinier. Position. I'll set it like over here or something like that. That's because I adjusted the resolution. Because I was actually able to adjust the resolution. Solar panels on the rocket again. Hold it. Alright. So we are actually way ahead of this thing. I actually really should have waited until I was closer, but that's alright. About near perfect timing, man. God, I can't believe that means sail. It really is a badass engine, isn't it? Now, if you're wondering why the electricity isn't draining, it's because the mainsail actually has a generator on it. So, like, electrical charge, yeah, it generates electricity, so. So I want to get this. Unfortunately, because we're so far behind, or so far ahead of this thing, I actually want to set myself a substantial bit higher than where it is. So 127, so I'm going to put myself at least at 130. Which, of course, is going to require a bit more fuel. Which, damn it, I forgot to show the fuel crossfeed. That's alright. And stop. There we go. Alright. So, here... Damn it. There. Transfer all of this fuel up here, please, thank you, because that actually should not have been drained out in the first doggone place. While we're at it, turn on the RTS, CS, to stabilize ourselves. Okay, thank you. And there, and there. Actually, you know what? We did this one and this one. Dang it. So I'm not majorly concerned about the fact that I don't have a maneuver node and that I'm about 10,000 meters away from my location, because I figured that would be finished long before I got to 30,000 meters, and I have plenty of time to do this. And I'll have more than enough fuel, I mean more than enough power to compensate for the fact that... So what's that? Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's a 1 minute burn. So I need to point that way. So let the computer deal with all of that. And I might be off a tiny bit, but that's alright because the mainsail is awesome. So we'll actually let the engine kind of help us out a tiny bit here, because we're getting dangerously close to that node, and I really should not have been so laxed about that, but that's okay. Bam! Fire! Because the mainsail will get me there. It will. It just will. Now the monopropellant, unfortunately, I can't do anything about. Dang it. See? Damn it, did it again. And stop. And actually, no, don't stop. There we go, now stop. Okay. Yeah, just focus on stability right now. Okay. So, that's gonna have to catch us up. I have got to transfer fuel back into these tanks again. Because I forgot to disable the fuel cross feed before I fired up the engine, but well, that was my fault. I'm not really worried about the fuel. The mainsail will get me there, and if not, well, I've got plenty of monopropellant, so. So now comes the fun part. The part that you guys are not going to want to sit around and wait for. Time acceleration. Oh wait, that's right, I'm above 120, so I can fly pretty quickly by. So set that to target, and we'll just have to wait until this thing, until we start slowing down. Oh, these little markers right here, fantastic. Because that means I don't have to try and manually point the ship where I want it. I can let the computer do all the work. Oh, that makes a lot of this so much simpler. just so we're clear. Okay. Yes. Yeah, obviously, as you can see, the computer takes a lot longer to do this than I would. But, unlike me, the computer can get right on top of the node. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so maybe like not right on top. There we go. So I want to explain really quickly that those cuts that you guys are seeing, I'm taking out all the little long maneuver node boring bits that you guys have all seen 100 times. I will leave them in some stuff. If you guys really desperately want to see it, just let me know. But just getting this thing lined up is the same as always. So a few things that you're going to notice about my station. First, I fixed the lights. I think. I remember correctly, I fixed the lights. Am I close enough? Yeah. So yeah, I fixed the lights, so like all 3 lights are now working. Right? I added the RCS ports up here, obviously all the solar panels. The RCS tanks are now down here, only on these sections, not up here. And that massive ship is not down here on the bottom. Like I said, that's because I cheated. Right? They're also, I'm starting to notice that these tanks are a little bit crooked, but it irritates me, but I can't do anything about it. So the International Refueling Station is about to receive its first set of guests. Now, one of these guys is actually going to stay on the station. The other guy is actually going to stay in the lab, and then we'll switch them out periodically. And because what I have planned is so important, I'm going to send Bob out. So Bob's going to stay in the lab, and the other guy's going to stay at the station. And Bob and this other guy are not going to ever come back home, by the way. Like, they're stuck in space forever. Which is why I had to hire more. I think his name is Darcy. I don't remember your name, guy. But it's not important. It will live on in history. You were cloned solely for the purposes of living in space forever. Now I might bring Bob home eventually. Switch him out with some other low-ranking individual who's not important. Now what would be cool, like if in their career mode they had retirement, you know, so like after so many successful missions the Kerbals would retire. I think that would be kind of cool. I'm also weird like that, so. Do you see what I mean? Like, I switched over here, and it kicked into stability mode. I need you to kind of gradually point at the thing, if you would, please. Bleed off all the speed that is not going towards the station. Point at the station. Figure out how far my separation is. That's dangerously close for how fast we're moving. But it's okay. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. So you know what I'll do? I'll switch that to target. Because I can keep that maneuver node there by doing that, and then just kind of slow myself down by doing that. tell you what, man, you never realize how long these recordings take until you start doing them. But you do want to move up a tiny bit. It's like I don't want to come to a complete stop in relation to it. Now, the thing is, I'm gonna have to wait a bit because otherwise I'm not gonna have enough electricity on the rocket to successfully get it away from the planet, because that thing's only carries like 10. And I'm gonna have to use the RCS, and of course that thing's not like jam-packed full of fuel either, so we'll let this thing get about that close, I think. There we go, and we'll F5 that, and now wait until, so we moving, I think it looks like we're moving away from it, which is fine, because that's easily fixed by just doing that. Nice little bursts. Now I'm probably going to time accelerate through this portion for you guys, because you guys really don't want to sit here and see me orbit a planet. Though I do wish this thing would, you know, get to a 0 point, you know, like legit 0 point. But if I time accelerate, the problem is we'll both start moving. Too back. Looks I'm at like I'm 37 meters away from it. 38 meters. Come on. Give me sunlight. Okay. So we're almost in the sunlight. Once we're in the sunlight, those batteries will recharge, and once they're recharged, I can detach, and then I'll have to quickly shut off the stability and RCS and all that on this station, because otherwise it will keep draining. So that's 3 meters a second. So we'll get ourselves back to approximately 30. Now, of course, I'm not worried about the lab. There we go. Another gentle burst backwards. Alright. So how much? Alright, well, we got a little over half, so I'll take all of the fuel from these tanks here into these. I'm just going to take the bottom ring. I'm not going to take like the whole, oops, 3.8. Oh yeah, you would have had some left, wouldn't you? because I'm going to need the fuel, the RCS fuel, to physically dock. Okay. Nope. Not that. Okay. So in there. Okay. That one and that one in there. Okay, so it looks like we are gradually getting closer. Yeah, we are. Give a nice little spot there. Ugh, you know what? That'll have to do. Alright. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut that off first. Shut off the RCS and then decouple. Okay. Now turn on the RCS, turn on the stability control. Burst away from that. Okay. Slow it down, please, thank you. Okay, nope. Yep. What is still using electricity on you? I have no idea. Damn, RCS. Shift. In essence, I can do this. I can leave that there. Okay. So I need to find my... quickly find my retrograde marker and fire up that engine. Now, I'm not too concerned about this because I am trying to deorbit this thing, but I am mildly concerned about it because even though I'm trying to deorbit this thing... Oh crap, the engine's not on. Activate engine. There we go. Alright. So, now we can focus on this. Okay, so set as target. Thank you very much. So I need to go... Nope. Yeah, more or less, yes. Okay, so rotate. There we go. Slow yourself down. Now, there we go. Okay. So that should put us broadly high enough. Flip ourselves northward. Because, of course, that's why we face this thing north, people. So that way, all we have to do to get ourselves lined up more or less properly is face northward. Okay. And then I need to go H. Let's work on getting the target. More or less beneath us. There we go. Would you believe we're vaguely moving in the right direction? Stop. Okay, so that is damn near right where I want to be. least close enough to where I can start. See, and that's the other thing I do love about this game is the first time you dock something together, you are going to be terrible at it. I guarantee it. Okay? But every subsequent time after that, you're just going to get better and better and better. Okay. It should be vaguely close enough. Okay. We need to go that way. There we go. Turn that off. Turn it back on. Let the stability control do its thing. Come on, mag attach. Why aren't you guys attaching? That's not good. That's really not good. Come on. So I need to do, what do I need to do? There! Ugh. Man, that was terrible. So map. Need to switch to that. Well, I was going to send that other mission off, but you guys really don't want to see that because this has been going on for way too long. And yeah, basically, the way this works is simple. Well, hold on. First, let's deorbit this thing, and then I'll explain. And there's the electricity gone. Oh no, whatever am I going to do? I have no more electricity. I can't fire my engine. No, no RCS to use, nothing. Which, in theory, I actually really could have dumped all the rest of that RCS out because I really didn't need it. But that's okay. We'll send a refueling mission out before. Actually, we'll probably send up the rocket and a refueling mission at the exact same time. Oh, my back. But anyway, while this glides gently down, I am going to go ahead and stop. I'll go back, cut back to the station real quick. Since, you know, you didn't get a good enough view of it. At least I don't think you did. I don't feel that the few minutes that you guys had to gaze longingly at my space station was enough. So, basically what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to send up a refueling mission. I'm going to have to, fortunately it'll just be an RCS refueling mission. I'm going to have to send up the rocket with the science and all that attached to it. And we'll head off to the moon. Will be our next location. Now, I am going to test build the rocket in the space port first, solely because what I expect is I'm wondering if my setup is going to work for what's the best way to put it? I'm wondering if the setup I'm going to use for the rocket is going to fit over the lab, basically, is what I'm wondering. So I'll take a lab section and place it underneath my rocket setup, but you guys will see all that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is going to come down eventually. I mean, it's getting there. I mean, we're down to negative 30 periapps. So, of course, that means that, you know, we will smack ground. We will hit ground eventually. So, yeah. Definitely going to make sure to have excessive amounts of monopropellant, because I tend to use a whole bunch of that when I go to the moon, especially just slowing myself down so I can land the stupid thing, which is why I want to build a plane. Let me think. Otherwise, ooh, there it goes. Aha, that's what I was waiting for. Oh, isn't it grand? But we're gonna smack down on land. Which, why is it that I can always land on land, but I can never land on land when I'm trying? Like when I want to land on the grass, I can't do it. Like, ugh. Anyway, awesome. So, tracking station. Okay, don't know exactly what happened there, but apparently it crashed. Anyway, as I was saying, tracking station, International Refueling Station. Gotta be really careful because I almost hit terminate. But it's okay. I'm actually going to make a copy of this save file, because this is starting to get to the point. But there you guys go. The nice halo green lights around the top. It's still not finished. Okay? So, it's not done. But, you got to admit, that does look kind of cool, doesn't it? Oh, man. So, guys, I'm done for the day. It's been very, very long. Very, very long. And yeah, I looked at the recording. It was 1 hour and 10 minutes when it crashed. So, guys, I'm done for now. I'll get this processed, edited, and all that stuff for you guys. And to that, I'm going to say, sayonara.